should I appear?
Hello there. I am filming in my church's stairwell because why wouldn't you make a YouTube video while your parents are in a church meeting? But I'm not alone.
Hello there.
This is my good friend
Stephanie. I'm glad you know my name. I'm glad you know my name.
I was waiting to see if you wanted to
Stephanie.
pick a name.
Literally, I'm Moses, also the Queen of Hell, so you can address me as that. This
is Stephanie.
This person did not agree to that.
This is Stephanie.
All
right,
losers.
And so this, since, we're in my church and I'm with a church friend and it's Sunday, is a religious talk day because all Sundays are religious talk days. And this is my first collaboration, so I am excited.
Quality.
Are we going to do something on your channel?
I don't have a channel.
Okay.
I do only like weeaboo.
We are not going to make a video on her channel.
Never. You must never find my channel. It's disgusting.
Anyway.
No. Disgusting.
Anyway. So today's religious talk is on the origin of things. Everything. Because I was reading something last night written by John Green.
Wow, what a shocker.
It was this post he had written on his old website about why he was supporting Obama from a Christian perspective. And it talked about, how Obama was supporting the teaching of evolution in schools, and John Green was like, yo, as Christians, we ought to encourage this. And I was like,
the shit. Should I have not said that? I'm sorry.
I curse. It's fine.
Great. Fuckity fuckers. I'm sorry.
I can't edit. I own no editing software, so this whole thing is going on.
It's fine.
This is going to be a long video. Anyway.
It's fine.
So a lot of people...
I'm worth it.
A lot of Christians disagree. I don't.
Christians are wrong.
A lot of Christians are just... God loves them.
I do not.
I do, for the record. I love everybody.
That's because you're the best person.
That's a lie, but I forgive you for lying. It's a nice lie.
It's a nice lie.
So, the origin of everything. The Bible talks about... You're fine. You're fine. Ignore that.
I'm
it
sorry.
Doesn't matter.
I can't see my face.
There is a thing, a pop-up that pops up every single video I make, and I just ignore it, but just ignore it.
My face is worth it. I gotta see it.
They will be able to see it even if you can't.
Shut up.
Anyway, I'm saying they, but you're 1/3 of my subscriber base.
It's true. You should subscribe, everybody, right now. All 17 views of you? I don't. To you. Never subscribe to me. Don't find my channel. Ignore it. Origins of the universe.
Origins of the universe.
When two universes love each other very, very much. I'm derailing this. You gotta keep this, though.
I know, it's all going.
It's all going.
So, okay, the Bible has two creation stories, which I will discuss more this upcoming Friday.
Without me.
And next Friday, because, there are two stories, so it's going to take 2 Fridays. But the TLDR...
What? Are you going to do it on the retreat?
I will film on the retreat.
That's great.
I want to actually do something where I interview people.
Quality.
But that's a spoiler.
I'm so
I didn't actually want to say that on camera.
You have made a grave error.
I made a grave miscalculation. So, the Bible, the TLDR is that the Bible, so the Torah, so for Jews and Christians, talks about how God created ex nihilo, which is Latin for out of nothing. And he just kind of speaks and it appears. The Quran, I did some reading, does not actually begin with the creation story. It begins by talking about God and then has this mandate to go and spread the Quran. So I think it's interesting that the Pentateuch starts with the creation story versus the Quran, which starts with the mandate of spreading things. And I keep putting my hand in front of your face. But so I think that speaks about the different intents of the books, because I think the Bible, and I'm not as familiar with like all of the different thought processes regarding just the Old Testament in the eyes of Jewish people, but I think their points are to talk about this story of how God interacts with people versus the Quran, which is very much about spreading the religion.
Well, I'm just going to
interject. Please do.
So, with the Torah, because it was spoken for so long, it's more of like a history, and I don't know that much about the Quran other than what we covered in like 7th grade. So
which is more than I got.
Yeah, but that's more what you've described it as is more of a what you can do. Okay. So like for Jews, it's history, and for Muslim people, it would be more of a future type thing.
I'm so glad I decided to invite you.
Thank you. I'm glad I decided to come and distract you.
And so then there are other creation myths. Yeah, I did use myth because contrary to popular belief, myth does not necessarily mean lie or
I am not a myth.
Thing.
I am a legend.
Myth just means a story that holds cultural significance. So like all of the stories that Americans tell about George Washington, for example, are myths, and they're sort of our country's creation myths.
But it's really weird to think about because we're like less than 300 years old.
Right,
so.
right. But we have creation myths in our culture, and I think that's really cool. And so a lot of world creation myths talk about how there are gods already there. But not just one. There are multiple gods.
Polytheistic.
And they don't just speak and have things appear. The vast majority of them have to do something. And a lot of times that ends up in them, like, killing each other and making things out of their corpses.
Favorite is Greek, honestly.
Gotta love those Greek myths.
Side-eyeing the Greeks.
And,
ancient Greek.
I was researching on this website, which I will put in the description because God knows the only URLs I read are from Tumblr.
It's so long.
1, 2, 3, 7 billion characters long.
True.
So there was one I read that talked about things coming ex nihilo, coming from nothing. But it was only one, and I don't remember which one it is. But if you go to this list, you can find it, I'm sure. They should thank me for promoting them. University of Georgia, I got your back. Pay me money.
God knows you need it.
Yeah. And I was also reading, and a fair number of them talk about floods, which are not really part of what we consider the Christian creation myth, but most cultures that still is part of the creation thing.
Floods. Like, and just list them all. Bunch of Native American stories. Like the one I remember in particular is the one that fell on like the turtle back. Wait, no, that's a creation story. I'm sorry.
But it's like
there's Greek.
They're all like the same things.
Yeah,
a lot of the Mesopotamian cultures have flood stories, and like Genesis has a flood story. That's probably the most well known.
The Greeks have a flood story. You can check it out.
Mentioned that
thrice
now.
Gotta mention it again.
And that's gonna be like your tagline in this video.
Gotta mention
a flood story.
Like instead of the Mongolians, the Mongols, like in Hungary and stuff. I'm the Greeks.
John.
Oh, LMAO.
John talks about world history. The Mongols are the exception.
You are judging me so hard right now.
No.
I'm just gonna fade out.
Come back, we're not done yet.
I'm back.
I told her if it's longer than 10 minutes, I would reshoot by myself.
You lied.
But I lied. Because this is hilarious. Great. And so, the thing about all of these creation myths is that they're not really intended to tell you how something happened. Shocker. I know. Calm down. You're probably not really that offended anyway. It's fine. But creation myths are central to a culture because they talk about that culture's identity. And it's about it teaches about who their gods are, who they are, and the relationship they have with their god or gods. And so when looking at the Christian, I say Christian because it's the most prominent one in our culture being America's culture, because I know the world is vast and I am incredibly ignorant of a lot of things, but whatever. So in the world's culture, it's the most prominent. The thing to remember is that the Christian creation myth is not a scientific, literal account of what went down. God was not necessarily on a 23-hour, 59-minute, and 34-second schedule. That's how long a day actually is. These years are like time periods. It's a very vague thing. And unless you are, I want to say stupid, but not stupid, unless you are not aware of the context in which it was written, you won't understand that these are much more intended to reveal characteristics of the gods and the people who belong to these cultures in that relationship. And so that's why sort of the prominent creation story, not myth, story in our culture, the creation belief of evolution, is in fact compatible with all of these religious things, because none of them are literal fact-based things. They're metaphors.
Shocking.
Give me a cigarette. You put the controversial statement on the internet and don't give it the power to make your channel die.
That's what Republicans do. I'm sorry. I am not a fan of Republicans. Okay.
Shh, don't alienate any potential viewers.
I'm sorry.
I love
7 of them.
I love Republicans. I love Democrats. I love Green Party people. No, that's unacceptable. You cannot do that. I love all people. But not by my own nature, but because God loves me.
He doesn't love me.
No, you're the exception that proves the rule. What is, something is stabbing me in my pocket.
What is it?
It's, okay, that's fine.
How did you not remember that?
No, I thought it was something else, it's fine. We got little things in small group. Yeah, they're Eiffel Towers, and it says Paris, and then it says France.
Paradic.
If you like this video, which I don't, hit the like button.
Subscribe, not to me, to this great person.
Subscribe to my channel if you
want to see more of these 90s. I screwed up. They messed up.
If you ever want to give me another chance,
I screwed up.
Comment if you want to complain about this kid.
Hello. Leave puns. I make great puns. You want to hear a pun? What's a clear-spoken Catholic? Annunciation. Hell yeah.
Go out. Go. The door is there. So, not tomorrow, but the next Monday is going to be our first jam session. Does anybody remember what jam session stands for? You?
Just asking me?
Just asking Monday.
Asking Monday. I was so close.
You were. Mad props.
Except, like, not mad props. Like, semi-angry props.
Like, mediocrely disappointed props.
That's you. That's my aesthetic. Mediocre. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry.
Oh, they're clapping. I don't know if that means they're going to be done or not. But we're going to sign off. So if you want to get a question answered in those, hit me up on either Twitter or Tumblr. Just like send me an ask, or just use the hashtag AskAzaria. And I hope you have a great day.
Same.
And I hope I never invite you on my channel again.